How successful people think is something most of us can't wrap our heads around. What do they do differently? What do they know that we don't know? Long before I was born, we had successful people in this world. Long after I'm gone, there will continue to be successful people in this world. What we do today will change our path, whether we become successful or not. There has been successful people throughout my life, such as Bill Gates. There's Jeff Bezos with Amazon. Warren Buffett. Successful people are all over the place, but how they think is what makes them different. So let's talk about that. So how do successful people think? That's what most people want to know, is how do they think? What do they do differently that we don't do? What do they know that we don't know? That's what I want to answer today. Most people don't care. Most people don't bother to put in the time and effort to figure out what these people are doing that makes them different. How did they get to that level of success? How did they get to that $1 million status? How did they get to that $1 billion status? If you don't know how they got there, if you don't know what steps they took to get to that point, you're never going to get there. So that's why I want to answer this. How successful people think. The first thing that you need to understand is successful people think in terms of priorities. What is the most important thing that they need to do that day? All of us only have 24 hours in every single day. So how you utilize that time is what's going to make you different, what's going to set you apart from everybody else. If you are slacking off, if you're doing all the little things that are not important, that's not going to make you successful. What it's going to do is take up that amount of time that you could be devoting to something else, something greater, something more important, and use it for something less. Don't do that. Successful people don't do that. They value their time more than anything else. Time is the one commodity we cannot get back. So, value your time. Figure out what's your priority and go after that. Successful people think in terms of actions over the idea. So, let me give you an example. I had a friend that was telling me about this cool idea. You know, he was eating pizza one day. He was cutting it with a fork and a knife. He was thinking, that would be great if I was able to put a knife on the end of this fork, and I could use it. You know, it would be kind of like the spoon and fork, but this would be a knife and fork. That's a great idea. But he never took any action. He had the idea, and about two or 3 years later, somebody came up with the idea that you could put a knife on one of the ends of the fork, and using a rocking motion could actually cut something. And it worked. He ended up making millions of dollars because of that. My friend thinking, hey, that was my idea, he stole my idea. No, he executed on your idea. Ideas aren't worth anything. They're worth nothing, absolutely zero. What's worth something? The execution, taking action. That is how successful people think. So if you can't execute, if you can't take action, then your idea is worthless. Another thing successful people do is they follow through. So I want to just make this very clear, is there are some times where successful people will fail, and they know they're going to fail probably weeks or months before they actually do. The reason why they continue on is because they are dedicated to following through to the end. Why? Because if you don't get to that end point, you do not know why you failed. Yes, there might be that one key reason why you failed in the beginning, but if you don't get to the end, you never know if there are other reasons why you're going to fail. If it's only that one reason why you failed, that person, that successful person knows all I got to do is go back, do it all over again, but skip that one failure. If I can, manage that one failure, I can get over that, get through it, I will be successful. This idea will work. It's all about execution. Okay? So, successful people follow through whether they know it's going to be a failure or not. They continue on because you never know if it's going to fail. Maybe it will fail in the beginning and it works itself out. Maybe it doesn't. Until you get to that end, you never know. And one thing that I personally do myself, I'm not saying I'm successful, I'm not putting myself up there with Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Jeff Bezos, or any president in the United States or wherever. What I'm saying is I do this because People along my journey, my way, have taught me the same thing, is to go all in. If you have an idea, if you have a passion for something, if you want to make a difference, you want to make a change, you want to see your life become successful, you want to take that step, that next level, you want to get there, you need to go all in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You do what you have to do. You put up the money, you put in the time, you go all in. Put in 100% effort, 100% of your time into that one idea, because that is how you become successful. So like I said, there has been many successful people in my life. Before I was here, before I was born, there were successful people. When I'm gone, there will continue to be successful people. So all I ask from you is to put in that time, put in that effort, because I guarantee you, you do that, you will become successful. So before you go, in the comment section below in this video, I want you to answer one question. What will you do differently after watching this video that you were not previously doing that will make you successful? I want to know that. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Put them in the comment section below as well. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.